That's the good stuff. Howdy YouTube family, it's Bolt CRNA coming to you again with another day's topic. So you guys hit me up on Instagram a few weeks back and you asked me to shoot a video of what my apartment looked like before I moved out. So I'm selling a bunch of my stuff this weekend and the apartment's gonna get kind of emptied out. So figured I better shoot this video now or it's never. Let's get into it. That humidity in Tennessee. So this is the front entranceway. Hey, I don't usually use this little vlogging thing here, but I'm getting used to it. So anyway, this is the front entranceway. You walk in, you have the mirror, you've got keys here, shoe rack down here. No one wears shoes in my home. I'm OCD about that. And then it opens up into this space. So this is pretty much kitchen, all here, kitchen, and have bar stools here, Scout of course. And then it moves in my robot vacuum, love that thing. My old relic from California here, when I used to live in California, I went to medieval times and got this crown there and I wore it all over California. So I keep it on this pedestal here so when I walk in every day, I can look at it and say, hey, I used to have fun in life. I remember those years. Look, he's showing out for you. Say hey, say hey. He don't know. He don't know what to think about that. All right, and then this is the living room. Pretty open floor plan here with just the kitchen here, the living room here, which I like. These are really old couches. This is actually a couch cover and a recliner cover that I got on these things because when I got Scout a few years ago, he tore up the leather underneath of it, and so I had to put a cover on it, and now I'm pretty much giving them away for like 30 bucks a piece just so somebody can pick them up and get them out of here when I move. But then, you know, artwork, that was my first adult piece of artwork that I bought. I felt very adult buying it. I should say grown up. I don't think adult is the right word. It sounds almost pornographic. But then you have the view out here, which I like. I like this. This is kind of like a whole wall of windows here, which I like to keep open. So you kind of have the outside light coming in all the time, especially when the sun rises in the morning. I have a deck right here. Go out to the deck. I never come out here because it's 150 degrees with humidity in Tennessee most of the year. But if I did come out here, I would sit in this chair and I would look out there. It's like an apartment community I live in here. There's a dog park over here and an amphitheater over there and an organic grocery mart over here, and there is a gym, a really nice gym over that way. So it's pretty nice. It's all pretty walkable. Scout's like, hey, the door's open. Why are we out here? Come on, boy. Now, then you have my bookcase. Get out of the way, boy. They're not looking at you. Now, my bookcase, as you can see, a bunch of anesthesia books and some old classic books that I read as a child that I've kept since then. Star Wars, of course. And then pictures. I've had these for a while. This is a lot of my time when I was travel nursing. I have pictures there and here, and I keep them above my desk where I study so that when I'm stressed out and having a lot of anxiety from all the studying that I'm having to do, I can look up and think of the better times in life. And then this was actually done for me before I moved here from California. Some friends in Long Beach, they created this whole thing and signed it for me, and it's kind of to commemorate my time of moving from California back to Tennessee for school. And of course you've got my achievement wall, which most of you have seen on my YouTube videos. That's pretty much behind me. This is pretty much what the camera looks at in almost all my YouTube videos. It sits here and I sit in this chair and I talk to you guys. Then of course the 55-inch 4K TV that I love. I'm actually selling this thing too, sadly, but I can't take it. can't transport all this stuff 2,200 miles away, so I'm selling it all, buying new stuff when I get there. My Xbox and PS4, my sound bar. This has served me well over the last 3 years. Not that I've got as much time as I'd like to have used it, but still. Then my collection of PS4 and Xbox One games. Awesome stuff there. And of course some Blu-rays. Family photo. Actually, that's not even family, that's friends. And, oh yeah, that's me wearing the crown, as you can see right there in California. Look at that. I don't play chess, I don't know why I own this. It's pretentious, I guess, that I have it. This is the hallway here. This is just a little closet here for like brooms and stuff. Then more family photos, all this. And then this side is my washer and dryer right here. As you can see, washer and dryer. And then you've got my bedroom. So this is the bedroom. Walk in here, another big window. And this is pretty much the room. Dresser, old trophy from basketball in middle school. Star Wars, classic Star Wars. Diagram for how to build a lightsaber. And more Star Wars stuff. Now those lightsabers are my prized possession. And I'll show you something, hold on. That's the good stuff. Alright, now that you're sufficiently jealous of my lightsabers, we can continue on. So, this is the thing that a lot of people tell me that they're impressed by, that I was not really that impressed by, but people seem to love, is this closet. This is a pretty large closet. I have to say, I really have worked over the last 3 years to find enough stuff to put in here. But as you can see with me, it's kind of a contrast to it. This is how big it is. Pretty big. So yeah, I really don't have a need for this much space. My golf clubs that I haven't used in forever. But I've got it, so now I actually have to get rid of it so I can move. Then you have my bathroom. This is also like in a weirdly large bathroom that I don't need. I don't need a bathroom this big. This is definitely, it's actually kind of sad because it's like double vanities and I'm single. So it's like a constant reminder to me that this side of the cabinet is, or the countertops, is never used pretty much. I pretty much stick to this side. But anyway, it's nice. Nice large bathroom, closet there for linen and stuff, toilet paper holder, shower. Nothing too exciting about that. All right, so you guys got a chance to see what my house looks like, my apartment looks like, whatever. This place, it is in Tennessee, rural town in Tennessee, typical place, 70,000 people or so. Nothing special about it. I chose my grad school one of the reasons I chose the grad school I chose is because it was an area that's cost effective and you can afford to live here for 3 years without actually working and be able to pay rent and have a decent place. Where I was living in the Los Angeles area before, some of my friends were going to Kaiser's program and they were starting the same time I was starting here, and they were looking at how much they were going to be paying every month for their rent or whatever their cost of living while they were in school, not making money, and their amount of debt is astronomical compared to what I was going to incur living here. I could live on $30,000 a year or so here comfortably, whereas there you could be homeless on $30,000 a year. So yeah, it's important to pick somewhere you're going to live that's cost effective and you can get decent things while you're there and be able to live kind of underneath a certain level of income. So how much is this place? Now, because I've lived all over, I've lived around New York area, I've lived in Atlanta, I've lived in Texas, I've lived in San Francisco, I've lived in LA. I know that this is kind of cheap, this place. I would pay 3 times this in LA, but this place is like $875 a month. Of course, it's a 1 bedroom And I actually thought that was a little expensive. And for this town, it is on the expensive end. This is probably one of the more expensive apartment complexes in this town. But I think it's worth it. I think that you get a good amount of stuff for your money. And I think that it's important to find something that you're at least comfortable in, you like coming home to, after a long stressful day in clinical or, at school. You want to come home to an environment that you feel at peace in and that you can relax in. It's not the lap of luxury or something like that, but it's you're not miserable. You're not coming home being like, man, I just wish I could go to the library and study because I hate being here so much. I don't even want to be here. So it's important to at least find something that you like, but don't go crazy. Don't spend a whole lot of money. I was able to find this place for a good rate. And also living in more rural places, your electricity and your other types of bills and extra taxes and stuff, they're usually less in those kind of places. So overall, you can get by cheaper. I live, I guess, on it usually comes out to around about $32,000 a year, I think, is what I live on, and that's pretty comfortably. So I think you guys can do that too. Of course, over 3 years of time, you're looking at $90,000 in money to live, just for living, not your tuition or anything else. So it's still an expense, but it could be a lot worse. All right, guys, that's the end of the tour. That's the end of my advice on living and financial stuff. The next time you see me, I'm going to be in a whole new place in a new state, 2,200 miles away from here. And I'll have a townhouse. It's actually a 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhouse up there in Northern California area. So really looking forward to it. Of course, it is more expensive than here, but not as expensive as some of the other places I've looked. So I was able to find a pretty good deal. If you guys want a video of an apartment tour or the townhouse tour or whatever when I get moved in there and situated, comment down below. Also comment down below and let me know what you think of this place. Do you think it was worth that money? Do you think it was a decent apartment? Do you think I got ripped off? Did I pay too much? Let me know. Everyone's from different places in the country, so they have different places in the world even. So people have different opinions on what's too much money or too little money. I thought this was a pretty good deal. So you let me know what you think. And make sure and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and that's Bolt out.